is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you were able to get out in nature somewhere and get some air. At least I have to say today was much warmer today than it was yesterday. Yesterday was so cold. Starlight did not make it out there. I kind of made it out there, but it was from my car to the library. That's it. So anyway, I do love all of you, and I hope you're working on yourself, and it's an everyday job. It really is. Working on yourself is in the morning when you wake up to the time you go to bed, and it could actually be when you're sleeping. That Starlight works when she sleeps. I'm thinking about you a lot, and also of ways I can prove my life in the middle of the night. So anyway, I got as quickly in here as I could because Starlight's been running around all day. So anyway, you can find me, that is, on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. And give this video a thumbs up. That is if you want to see a change in the world, or even more important, to be that change that you want to see in the world. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can leave Starlight a beautiful message like I received the other day, bing, bing, bing. And you can also follow me on Instagram, and that is 1995 Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman. So I am going to jump right into this new topic. Sorry about that. Starlight just got done eating a little bit ago. I have made maybe a few of these videos. I'm not sure what the playlist title would have been. I'm not sure if I do have Twin Flames playlist. So I hope I do, because I don't know how to change this on my phone as far as my playlist goes. I have not figured that out yet, because there are other playlists that I do want to add on my phone, because I cannot do my YouTube videos for uploading on my laptop, not of yet, because somebody messed with my YouTube channel. So anyway, to get started with this, it is kind of, I don't know exactly the title I'm going to put for this, but I'm going to ask you a question right off the bat. And I heard about this like years ago, and I questioned, is this real, or where are they getting this information from? Should I believe this? And have you ever seen something, or heard something, and you're like, I don't know, that just sounds a little far-fetched for me. Like when I tell you that this is all an illusion, you're like, Starlight, what are you smoking, girl? No, I am not high, but I am. You want what I have, though? I am high on life is what I've been high on life for a while now, like this whole month, like of January, since we start off the new year. And so what I'm talking about, did you know that all of us have somebody inside of you? You have somebody inside of you, and you might have never known that. And this is why it's so important. This is why I'm always repeating myself, is to work on yourself, and work on yourself, and work on yourself. It's so important, because when you do work on yourself, you're going to find out is that you have a twin flame inside of you. So all of us, most of us, I would have to say, Starlight's learning, is that we're always looking outside of us to fulfill us. And God, the universe, had put everything inside of us. So we've been looking in all the wrong places. Believe me, Starlight has been looking in all the wrong places her whole life. That's why I can never figure out how, I'm a great lady. Why can't I find the one? Where, I thought I found him here, thought I found it, and then it was like a horrible, horrible relationship, where I broke up with every single man I have gone out with. There's only one, but I was only 16 years old. I had no clue what a relationship was, So anyway, it is something how we're looking outside of us to try to find that one. When I realized for years now is somebody kept on telling me to work on myself, work on myself, work on myself, work on, and that's why I'm saying work on yourself, work on yourself, work on yourself, because that is what this is all about, is when you do that work, the inside work, the dirty work that nobody really wants to do. It's like cleaning, like the inside. Who wants to clean their toilet bowl? Starlight's a cleaner. And I've worked for several companies. You know what? Where they really lack, they don't like cleaning the toilet. You even might go in public places where they might have, I want to take a picture of this one of these days, is Stewart's, a gas station. Most of them will have gas stations, some of them won't, but it's a convenience store where you can get your coffee, the odds and ends, whatever, and all their bathrooms say the same thing. They say they take pride in their bathrooms. And every time Starlight goes in there, I was like, ew, I really, this is disgusting, because you get a lot of people that go in and out of those bathrooms throughout the day, throughout the week, and who knows when the last time that baby got cleaned. I never seen where they actually look like they just freshly got cleaned. I was like, and then, I always, since I'm a cleaner, I always have to investigate and check things out and say, let's see, wow, look behind that toilet, that's pretty darn dirty. That doesn't look like it's been cleaned in a while. And I would know that because I got 20 plus years of experience in cleaning. So you don't want Starlight coming to your house because she's going to look around for dirt. Isn't that how people are, though? They're always looking around for dirt. Let's see what kind of dirt we can find on Starlight. Well, have fun looking. I pretty much bring all I admit to my stuff anyway. So anyway, I got a little carried away on that, is that who likes to clean the toilet? Especially around the frame, the base of the toilet, and get way in the back there by the wall. Which, being a cleaner, I always wondered who, it's always the guys, I gotta blame it on the men, right? Why do they always stick the toilet so squished up? Don't they realize they're a cleaner that's gonna come in here and clean this shit? Literally. But anyway, just like your nasty toilet, nobody wants to clean that. And it's kind of like the way our inside is as far as working on ourselves. There's things that we don't see, or we don't notice, or we don't want to look at. And those are the things that we really need to work on, and when you do work on those things in your life inside of you, everybody's working, and Starlight did this her whole life, working on the outside like I did here. I just got done freshly getting clean. Today's Monday. Believe me, I'm running into the showers on Mondays because there's no shower place open on the weekend. And yes, I do keep myself fresh through the weekend. I just can't get to a shower. But, so we're always looking, making sure our hair, well, not everybody, there are some people, they don't even care about that part of themselves, and that means that they just need more love, and they have a lot more work to deal with, because, they could be dirty in the inside and outside, where some people keep the outside really, not a hair out of place or an eyebrow, which Starlight needs to do hers, or even, there's ladies that will do their eyebrows, their eyelashes, putting skin cream. Starlight only puts cocoa butter on her face. I don't put any makeup. Starlight does not like makeup. I used to, like lipstick, if anything, we're so focused on working on the outside, and then we find ourselves, like still not feeling the way you want. You know, you're like, wow, I look really beautiful and I look handsome in the mirror, but why is it that I feel so empty inside? Why is it that I feel so depressed? Why is it I don't feel as happy as I want to? And even though I made myself look good on the outside and wear beautiful clothes, you know, like this is one of my favorite sweaters, and that's why I wanted to wear it for this special video, is to wear my favorite sweater that I have with me right now, is, you know, like, we get the whole outside, and you know, there's people, they might really make their cars look really nice in the inside, I mean the outside, their houses, they look good on the outside. And what about the inside? You know, what about the inside of your car? What about the inside of your house? What about the inside of your heart space? Do you get jealous of other people because they have something that you don't, like maybe a husband or a wife or a family that you wish, or a job, you know? How about the house that they live, or the land that they own, or the friends that they have, the money they have, you know, where they can, you know, buy whatever they want, and you envy them, you don't wish them well. You know, I do know some people out there, and, you know, where they could get any guy or girl that they want, and, you know, I at one point was like, you know what, if I can't have you, you know, I really love you so much. I just want you to be happy. You deserve to be happy. You do. You work so hard, you know, and, or are you that type that wishes them the worst, you know, like, I can't have you, well, I don't want you to have her or him or whatever. And that is where we need that inside job going on there, where we got to get our heart right. And, you know, so if you are searching for that one, because this is pretty much what this is about, is people that have not given up. They haven't done, you know, going out and looking for a one-night stand, or going out looking for friends with benefits because they gave up on relationships. A lot of those people that did give up on relationships is that they really need work on themselves. You know, they might point the finger and say it's always the women or it's always the men. Well, have you ever looked in the mirror? You know, what's going on with you? You know, because there's nobody that's arrived and is perfect, you know. So if we, speaking an I, is that, and it's funny that I said that word we, you know, I was asking somebody a question about that word we, and now it is so funny, and this is really why I am making this video. Starlight has been saying we a lot, you know, and you know, it's kind of funny because I think about this as far as the English language goes, as far as talking about we as in one, you know, where I do that sometimes on my video, and I said, who's we? It's Starlight and I. So it is kind of funny with that word we, and I didn't realize this is long time ago, Starlight wanted to get paid online to talk to men, you know, and to talk about whatever, but they would pay Starlight. You know, I would love to have a full-time job like that. Hello? You know, just talk away, you know. And what I learned, I know men always get a bad name, don't they? And women, don't we? But you know what I learned? You know, a lot of times people are wrong about some of the things that we hear out in public, or out on the TV or movies or in the songs or wherever you hear it, where, you know, men get a, you know, a bad reputation that they are a certain way, and women get a bad reputation that they are all the same way. But it's not true. We're not all the same. You know, I am not like that girl and that girl that wants a man for their money. Absolutely not. You know, so there's men that get really overprotected about what they have, and it's a good reason, you know, because they want to make sure who they get involved with is not after their money, you know. And women, they go through something totally opposite, where they get tired of men, you know, just wanting them for their looks, their body or their face or their, you know, whatever, where not all men are after women for the outward appearance. And not all men are after a lady for her money. So and not her money, but not all men are after. I got that all backwards. Not all women want men for their money, and not all men want women just because of how they look. And that took me like forever in my lifetime to really discover that on my, not on my own, but somebody showed me this. And it is such a beautiful thing is to understand we all are not the same. And when it comes to what I was saying about Starlight used to talk to guys on the internet, through my webcam, or, like just talking, or maybe just texting or emailing or whatever. And like I spent hours doing this. It kind of felt like a full-time job, even though I was working. It just that I ran across a man long time ago, and I never met the man, never, just we talked on the phone. And it was interesting because when he talked or wrote, I believe I was writing to him, is that I noticed I was like confused. Why is he always saying we? I always wanted to ask and I never did, is who is this we? You're always saying we, and like all through his writing is saying we. And I'm thinking, who is the other person with you? Because Starlight went to school, but I only went up to a certain grade level, and I realized I really didn't need all the other stuff anyway. I got through life. I ended up starting my own cleaning business, so what all that other information that I was going to learn in high school, it wasn't really going to help me. And most of the time, all the people that graduated from high school forgot all that stuff anyway, and they don't even use that stuff. So what I just recently, I figured this out just a few days ago or a week ago or so, where I discovered my twin, and I knew who my twin was. I never met my twin flame, that is, I don't have a twin like there. I always believe that we all have a twin out there somewhere, where in the world, but not that kind of twin, but a twin flame. And it is a male version of myself. It would be the perfect male version of me, is a twin. And that, to me, is the greatest kind of relationship. They do say about there's this thin line or something about pleasure and pain, where, sometimes pain could be a pleasure, and where, like it is something with that, and that I'm talking about as far as sex, where that can actually turn to pleasure, where it is kind of strange as far as like a twin flame relationship, is you get your super highs. You almost feel like you're bipolar with them, really. You get your super highs. It's not like a regular relationship. Absolutely not. There's nothing. So you get your super highs where you're just floating in the sky and you're so in love, like it's Valentine's every day. And then your twin decides, hey, I'm going to show you a flaw. It's a reflection. And, and then you're floating in the sky and you're just dreamy and you're just in love with this person, and you just can't, and you never even kissed, you never even met. And you're just so out there floating around in the pink clouds, and you're just, hearts are all over, and then bam, like it just like just like a little, one of those little kids screens, it's just, there goes Starlight floating around on the clouds, and she just hit the side, and it just, all of it goes away. And it's like, and there you are, now you're, your twin decides you got a flaw that you got to work on. And it could be like the way Starlight is. I accidentally do stuff sometimes, or sometimes I do. I love my twin so much, and my twin is, either you have a feminine or a masculine, and there's a difference. Just because feminine sounds like a female and masculine sounds like a male, it could be opposite, and one either it's the male or the female or the feminine or the, I think it's the feminine would be the more spiritual one, if I got that right. I keep on forgetting to check these things out, but the one is going to be more spiritual. And that is the one that's going to really teach the other one, the other twin flame, how, like through spirituality, is to show them their flaws and show them the things that they have to work on. And they're going to constantly tell them to work on themselves, because the more they know, they've had past lifetimes, and they know that the more that she or he works on themselves, they will discover that their twin is inside, even though their twin could be somewhere in another, either in your country or in another country. It could be someone a totally different race, like with me being a white chick, my twin flame might not even be my race, and it's strange. It might not even be somebody I'd ever would think I would even consider even going out with or even having a relationship with. Absolutely not. And you'll fall in love with a person, and it's not about their outward appearance. It's about how what they do to you, as far as like your spirituality goes, and helping you to grow. And that person could be anywhere, and you can meet them anywhere. You could live like I live in the United States. You might go traveling somewhere, go somewhere out of your country, and go somewhere and maybe spend a couple weeks on vacation somewhere. Go, wherever. And you could meet your twin far away from home. You wouldn't even expect that you would ever be so drawn in, and you get a connection once you find out who they are and what they're about. It's a beautiful thing. And what happens is I didn't realize this, like I was saying about the guy that was always saying we all the time, and I just recently reached out to somebody and do you got somebody helping you out? Because because I didn't get taught this when I went to school. They didn't teach me about we, as that you can say we as two or more people. I mean, we would be, we, they didn't teach me that it would be one person. They taught me we meant more than one person. So I never got taught that I, Starlight, could say we, even though there's no one else in here. So this is the interesting part that I've been noticing about my twin flame, is I know what my twin flame, who he looks like. I know what his name is. I don't know where he lives yet. I don't even know if he lives in the United States. For all I know, he might not even live in the United States. It's a secret. He has not told me that, because he really cannot communicate with me online, because people are, they're nosy. They hack into stuff, where, his privacy is important. But it is something how, I don't know, I know his name, I know what he does for a living, and, your twin flame could be on the internet somewhere, on anywhere, on YouTube or wherever. It might be the last person in the world that you would ever think would be your twin flame. So going back to the guy that says we all the time, is I forgot all about this a while back. It's been more than a year now, when I discovered my twin flame through a spiritual awakening that I had in my apartment when I lived there. And I do have a story on that, about my spiritual awakening in August 15th and the 16th of 2022. So that is around the time I discovered that my twin flame was inside of me. And that's what it is that your twin is inside of you. And the more you work on yourself, then it gets revealed to who they are, and they will pop out of nowhere. I actually, when I found out, I was so amazed. I was sitting on my couch, and actually this person actually rocked my world so much that I was like, oh my, am I in love with you? how could this be? You know, I was totally shocked. I was like, you know, this person moved me in a way that I've never been moved in my lifetime, you know, and so it is really beautiful relationship, but you will get your super highs, like I was saying, like on those pink clouds, and then you might get really upset with your twin, you know, and it's funny in a way because you might respond, women do, and men can respond in a really nasty way with their twin because the love is so powerful and so strong, you know, and when you're down in your dumps, you know, with your twin because they showed you something that you didn't know you had, or maybe you knew, and you know, it's the way God uses them as a tool to point out things that you need to work on. And you know, when you work on those things, you know, that you got to deal with inside of you, not outside, is then, you know, they're helping you to discover who you are by taking that mask off that I used to wear. I didn't know I had one until my twin showed me. I'm like, I am wearing a mask? Really? I didn't know. And that's where a lot of people are fake. They're not really who they really are because of the way society is, the way you know, the way your friends or family might want to, you know, see you or perceive you. You know, have you ever acted one way around one, you know, person, and like somebody else you're around, and then you're like, I'm around this person now, I can't really be myself around this person, where you might be yourself around your family members, like your kids or your mom and dad, because they know you and they, or whatever, but then you go around somebody else, and then, well, now that I'm around that person, now I got to act like somebody else. Well, that's like having a mask on. And then when you're out in public, how are you? Did I lose you? So that is what a twin does, is the twin is going to reveal things like if you're jealous or envious, or if you got a temper, or if you're depressed, or if you don't love yourself. They're gonna find a way to point it out, and God uses them because God really wants to use you in this life, you know, like for your life purpose, or you know, your mission in here on planet Earth. So the more that you work with yourself, you're gonna discover one day that, you know, like Starlight, I'm gonna ask you a question before I finish. Do you talk to yourself at all, like when you're alone? So when you discover who your twin is, if you do like what I do, I talk to myself in my car. You know, there's sometimes I go in a public bathroom because nobody's in there with me. I talk out loud, you know, where you might catch yourself going, we. And I actually had this going on a while back, and I didn't know who was talking to me. And I was talking to myself out loud, and you know, as I was saying stuff, something inside of me kept on correcting my own English. You know, I would say, I did that. And, but then a voice inside, and I've heard this before, do you hear voices, Starlight? No, I don't hear voices. But now I'm realizing, but these are the good guys, though. This is not where there's voices out there that people hear that tell them to do wicked. This is not what I'm talking about. This is where your twin flame is inside of you, because that's where God put that twin flame in you. God knew exactly what was the perfect fit for you. Whether you're a guy or a girl, it's the perfect fit. You know, the one, it's that one that is to help you to be complete. You know, you are complete with that particular twin flame, you know, where he completes you or she completes you. She's the other half of you. So it is beautiful with a twin flame relationship, and you can't just like meet them right away. A twin flame, a really true twin flame, is not going to be in a rush to have sex with you. They're not going to be in a rush to even kiss you. They're not going to be in a rush to even give you a hug or meet you. They are going to be so focused on you, working on you. So I did meet a homeless couple a while back before I ended up in this situation. and I would drop things off and help them out because I was getting rid of a lot of stuff. And I'm like, hey, I'll just give these guys, because they're homeless, they're living on the street. And it was summer though at that time, so it was warm out, hot out actually. And they're like, yeah, like they were explaining how they were in a twin flame relationship. And it's like, really? I'm thinking, how weird is that? How is it that they ended up meeting each other and they're both lit? Something just didn't seem right. And find out that lady was born on 3/3. I'm not sure what year, but sometimes people got to be careful because they can get deceived by people that might know about them as far as their birth charts go and who they are and what they hold inside of them. So there's people out there that will deceive other people because they have power, or they have some kind of thing about them and they're just absorbing their power that they have inside. So you really got to be careful, because if somebody says that they are your twin flame and they're trying to hurry up and have sex with you, that's not your twin flame. Your twin flame, a real twin flame, is not after you for sex. Absolutely not. Ask me, I will tell you. He's not after me for sex. He's not after me because of my outside beauty. He's not after me because, I'll back that track up. Like if I was, like, I am intelligent. We all have intelligence one way or another, different types of intelligence. But like if I, had all these degrees and I like, hey, look at me, I got all these degrees in college and, I went to the special school, my twin flame's not impressed with that. Or if I had, which I am abundant and I'm rich, is that my twin flame wouldn't even be impressed with all the money. Actually, my twin flame doesn't need my money. It's about the heart. That is what's so beautiful about a twin flame. They want you to work on yourself to become your greatest version, to be that change that you want to see in the world. It's a beautiful thing. It's the most beautiful thing I have ever seen, but it can be very painful. Believe me, I have cried. I've got upset with my twins so many times, and I never left them. I have had times that I had to think about stuff and chill out for a little bit. But, I came back to my senses, because we're in this 3D matrix, and it is really tough in this 3D matrix where you're trying to figure out who to trust. Are they part of the matrix or whatever? And, I always come back to my senses and like, no, I love them. I love them so much. And of course, Starlight's got to apologize and say, I'm so sorry. Starlight was wrong. I knew you were just trying to help me out, but I didn't see it at the time. I'm so sorry. So it's very painful, and I do things to my twin with it. There's a lot of times Starlight accidentally does things, and I could get my twin flame really upset and angry, where he might not talk to me. He might just ignore me and make me feel bad. But it's a beautiful thing when you come back together and you got that beautiful love going, and it's stronger and way more meaningful than a regular 3D relationship. Blah. So and what I'm saying here is with your twin, like I did this a while back, is that I was hearing these voices. It's me talking. I'm sitting there talking to myself, and I'm like, I did such a great job, and I was saying I did this and I did that, and then I heard, like I was talking out loud, but then I was saying, we did it. We did a great job. We. And I was like, and I was confused because at that time I thought maybe it's my angels were talking to me. Maybe they were trying to say, Starlight, we were here helping you, girl. You didn't do it all on your own. But now I realize it was my twin flame, inside of me trying to communicate with me. And it is so beautiful. So my twin flame, I realized again, all over again, because I've been looking outside myself for a while, and because I know what he looks like, I know what kind of job he has, and I write to him, and I was wanting to meet him, And, you know, he would always tell me to work on myself and look inside of yourself. And bam, there he is. He's with me. And I wanted to make this video now while it's all fresh. So if you are just saying we a lot, like talking out loud as we, you know, you possibly could have a twin flame out there getting your attention, like, and you might not even be aware of who that twin flame is. They might not even know you at all, but you know, like, there's a twin flame out there for you, and it's so beautiful. You could always check out other videos out there about a twin flame, but there's so much more on that, is that God gave you a twin flame. So like light workers and chosen ones, you know, people that have like, my twin recognized me the first time that he's seen my picture. You know, he's seen me, you know, like on my Facebook or maybe Instagram or somewhere, you know, like I wrote to him or wherever, you know, I believe it was on my Facebook is when he recognized my face from a past relationship, from a past experience of life, what is it called? A past lifetime, you know, like I believe that I've been here before, so it's a past time that I had here where we already had a relationship, and then we reunite again as we come back to planet Earth. And you know, I've given my, you know, it's like I would marry him over and over again. I really would. And it's a lot of work on both of our parts as far as, you know, keeping things together. And sometimes twin flames fall apart and they separate, but you'll know when it's really your twin flame is because they always come back. Even through the hardship, they might get upset, they might get angry, they might be confused, like Starlight has been many times. I've been confused, wondering what is up with him. Why does he treat me like this? He knows exactly what he's doing. That's the problem. I didn't know what he was doing, but you know, he always has a way of getting me to figure it out one way or another. And like I said, it's the most beautifulest relationship, and I would never ever want any other kind of relationship. Is it the twin flame is the way to go. So anyway, I do love all of you. I really hope I could have gone on, believe me, talk about this being late, a long video. Nah, it's nothing. So anyway, I don't want to hold you up too long on this, is that I really hope you can ask God, you know, the universe, but you got to do that work. It's a lot of work, like cleaning that toilet bowl. It's just, you know, it's disgusting. We got stuff in us that we're not even realized that we have in us, you know. So do that dirty work. Do that work that you don't want to face. You know, get right with yourself. Really, it's getting right with yourself. You know, love yourself unconditionally. Learn how to love yourself. It's so important to love you, you know, and don't listen to other people of what they say, you know, and their opinions and their judgments, because it absolutely doesn't matter. You know, it would be great if we all got connected with our twin flame. What a heck of a party, huh? So anyway, I do love you, and I really hope you get a lot of help through this video, and I really do. You can pray to God for, you know, to guide you to your twin flame, find out who that guy or girl is, and I love you so much. This is Starlight. This is Starlight. Don't forget, you can give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And, sorry about that, I kind of did things in the wrong order. You can also, don't forget the, hey bell, the notification bell. And you can follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. And don't forget, you can check out my playlist, and I'm not sure where I put my twin flame videos, you know, where I put them. Maybe I should have a twin flame playlist. And those are other videos that I was learning about twin flames, how frustrating they can be, how great they can be, you know, the highs and lows, like bipolar. So anyway, I do love you. This is Starlight. Starlight, love light.